Hey fellow collectioneers, this is Beth and I thought I would do a pin tag on the Collectionears Club channel here today. I thought it would be a lot of fun and it's such a great way to get to know one another. So I hope that if you see this and if you see the other folks that have already done the tag, please decide to do it yourself. If I can do it, anybody can, and I would love to see your answers as well. So the pin tag that I've decided to do is called With a Smile and a Song pin tag, and it was created by the Disney Sisters and TwinkleBellTerryn, and I just thought it was so fun and so creative. So let's get started. The first pin that they ask you to show is "You'll Be in My Heart," and that'd be a heart-shaped pin. So the one that I decided to include is this Aurora pin, and I'm a big Aurora fan, big collector, and this is from the This Is Love February 2004 pin event that Walt Disney World held, and this was one of many heart-shaped pins that they featured at that event. And I don't know if the camera is picking up on it, but it has a really cool, like, pearly kind of feature in the background. It's really neat. And it was a low edition size of, I believe, 500. So I really love that pin, and I'm glad that they featured her on one of the pins for the event. So the next one is Kiss the Girl, Favorite Disney Couple, and this isn't going to be a shock considering what I just said, but I wanted to feature this pin. I just think it's gorgeous. Like I said, adore Aurora and Philip. They're just couples goals. I love them. And I almost wanted to feature this in the shiny category because just look at all the glittery goodness on her dress. But I decided to ultimately put this in the couples category so that I could feature another one coming up in the shiny category. So I adore this. It was released in Walt Disney World. It was a pop-up shop, I believe, Mickey's of Glendale, and it was a low edition size, only 100 of the blue dress and 150 of the pink dress. So, and I think that was fairly recent, yep, 2016. So, but if you're a blue dress collector like I am, you already know Disney just takes delight, unfortunately, in making blue dress things harder to get almost in every situation with Aurora. So it makes it, I guess, a little more fun, shall we say, to get some of these blue dress pins and dolls and etc., etc. So the next one is Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, a feline pin, and I just decided to include, this little rack pin set that they had. I believe it was Halloween of 2015, and I adore this little partnership between Minnie and Figaro, her pet cat, and I just love it because I love Halloween, and I love that Figaro is in his little pumpkin looking adoringly up at Minnie. I just think it's a really cute set. So, and that was just a rack pin, like I said, and really, really cute. So I wanted to include that one. So, number 4, A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, Grail pin. And I'm going to get on the bandwagon with the rest of you guys. You know my pain really well. Unfortunately, these WDI heroine and hero pins that they are tantalizing us with. Of course, for me, it would be Aurora, first and foremost. I think that was in January of 2018. And then now they poured salt in the wound and released Philip in August of this year. And, I get it, low edition size, they're big, they're gorgeous, but considering both of them would probably be a little under $1,000, it's not going to happen for me anytime soon. So, like I said, we're all in the same boat on that one, so it is what it is. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. Going on to shiny. I wanted to feature this guy. It's so much fun. This is from December 31st of 2015, and I believe it was released out at the Disney store in Hollywood, and It's obviously for New Year's, and look at all of that purple glittery goodness on the hat. It says Happy New Year, and isn't it fun that they're all villains with little noisemakers? I just think it's adorable and fun, and I love it. So I had to feature it somewhere in this pin tag. So, and let's see, I think that was only a limited edition of 200, so really small, but well worth it. Ohana, a pin that reminds you of your family. This isn't one that reminds me of my entire family, but it is one that is very near and dear to my heart. It reminds me of when my son, who is now a full-grown guy, but back in the day, he adored Buzz Lightyear, and specifically they had an animated show on the Disney Channel that was Buzz Lightyear of Space Command, and it was a relatively short-running show. It was only from like 2001 to 2000 to 2001, excuse me. But like I said, it hit his sweet spot. He adored it. He was Buzz Lightyear for I don't know how many Halloweens in a row. He just adored him. And it just reminds me of watching this every afternoon on the Disney Channel, which means a lot to me. Nice memory. And that was part of the 100 Years of Dreams series that they had, and it was number 48. It was right in the middle, and we picked that up at the Disney store, and he was pumped to have it. So it used to be his pin, now it's my pin, just so that I could hold on to that memory. So going on to number 7 is Painting the Roses Red, a floral pin, and I wanted to include little Mr. Goofy, and he's all like bashful, coy. You can kind of imagine him going gosh, you know, his little thing, and I just love him. And he's got a big bouquet and his little hat in his hands, and this was back in 2004, limited edition of 500, and it was through Disney Auctions. And I just think he's adorable, so I wanted to include him with the floral pin category. Number 8, Be Our Guest, a park that you would like to visit, a pin from that park. And I'm going to echo a lot of what others have said in this pin, or pin tag rather. I'd love to go to Tokyo, to the Tokyo Disney Resort someday. And this kind of combines that love with my love of the Haunted Mansion. If you happen to catch the first video that I had put up, I have my Haunted Mansion memorabilia, some of it in the background, and I just adore this attraction. And I just love this. She's in her little costume, and she's got a skeleton and a top hat giving her a kiss on the hand, and she's like not having it. So I thought it was both creepy and cute at the same time, and I love it. So wanted to include that. It was, I believe, a monthly pin collection that they did in Tokyo, so not quite sure limited edition wise, but I think that was in 2008. So, and then we're getting close to the end of the tag here. Number 9, Everything is Honey, a food related pin, and I wanted to include Yzma and Kronk, who I think is the dynamic duo as far as villains are concerned, if you could even call them that. They're more like bunglers. But I just think The Emperor's New Groove is such a funny movie, and I adore it. And I was so glad that they included them in the Food and Wine Festival pin offerings for 2016. And it even has the moving element of him and his spinach puffs, and she's like, nope, no thank you, I don't like them. And I love this scene. I think it's so funny. And I think it was like a limited edition of 3,000 maybe. So, and the colors are just gorgeous on this, so well done all around, I think. And then finally, the last pin in the tag is, it was all started with a mouse, and it was supposed to be a pin featuring Mickey. And as we all know, Mickey is Walt and Walt is Mickey, and it was started by Walt, and so I wanted to include both of them if I could. So I found a pin that I thought represented that well, and that's this hinge pin that I know probably a lot of you guys have seen. It's a rack pin, and it's got Walt's face and Mickey's outline on the front, and it was all started with on the front. And then when you open this up, it's got vintage photos, or pictures rather, of Mickey on the sides, and then that kind of vintage looking print of Walt and Mickey with Walt's signature in the center of it. And I just thought it was very classic, and it really captured both of them really well. So I adore this pen. And I was interested when I was looking it up on Pinpicks to get a bit more info. I didn't realize that there were two different versions of this pen. I have the one that has the black text on the front, and I think that was the one that they said was released back in 2006, so it's a little bit older. But then the newer one that they released in 2013 has white text on the front of it. So if you have this pen, it might be kind of fun to see which version that you have. I think they both would be gorgeous. So those are all my answers to the pen tag. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I would love to see any of you guys that would like to participate in the tag. Please do so. I'm going to link down below to TwinkleBellTerryn and the Disney Sisters channels. They're both wonderful channels to watch. I enjoy their videos very much, and they did an excellent job with this tag. So thanks to both of them for creating it. It was a lot of fun. And I'll also link Pinpicks down below, which is where I got all the info. So thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.